As a clever investor, you want to be equipped to make important decisions quickly and not just have the skills and confidence to make the call, but consistently make the right call. Hey, it's Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, and over the last 12 plus years, I've had the honor and the privilege to work with some of the most successful millionaires, real estate investors, and marketers on planet Earth. I've traveled the world speaking in front of thousands of real estate entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 CEOs, and I've been featured in Forbes and Inc. and Entrepreneur.com and Huffington Post, as well as CNN, Bio, History Channel, and on multiple episodes of Bravo's $1 Million Listing Los Angeles reality show. I have over 1.5 million followers on Instagram and on Facebook, and I made a fortune flipping over 1,000 houses in one of the most competitive and lucrative markets in the United States. Now, what I'm about to share with you is my top 5 keys to evaluating any investment opportunity that comes your way. And listen, if you're already investing in real estate, this simple checklist should ensure that you keep getting better and better. And if you're not yet an active investor, this list is going to help you get off the sidelines and get in the game. Now, what I love most about this list is it's not only for real estate decisions, but it will also work in any type of investments that you come across. So without any further hesitation, let's dive on in. Now, the first key to evaluating any investment opportunity that you come across is to evaluate risk versus reward. Evaluate risk versus reward. Ask yourself, what's the worst case scenario? What's the best case scenario? Conservatively, how much value or money or freedom does this investment provide me for me and my family? Now, if it takes longer than expected or more money than expected, is the outcome still worth it? Now, it always comes down to a balance. So obviously, if the reward is big enough, and then you'll be willing to take on more risk. Now, if you can't afford to take on the risk, you immediately bail, no matter how big the upside is. Now, what I like to do when evaluating risk versus reward is to literally get out a piece of paper and draw a line right down the middle of it. Now, on the left-hand side, I'm going to write down all the risks, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to write down all the rewards. This is known as the Ben Franklin approach, and I find that it helps me visualize the opportunity more clearly. All right, the second key to evaluating any investment opportunity is to calculate your potential ROI, and ROI stands for return on investment. Now, this is where you crunch the numbers and run all the different probable scenarios. In most cases, I run 3 different scenarios. One of them is a super conservative worst case scenario. What if this barely works? What are my potential returns? Second is an average scenario, kind of right down the middle. What's the most probable outcome if things work out without any major issues? What will my ROI be, and how long will it take for me to realize it? And then the third is my best case scenario. If everything goes perfect, what's my expected return on investment? By forcing myself to sit down and analyze investment opportunities this way, I logically break down a deal and I internalize the potential outcomes. This makes good opportunities stand way out, and it gives me the confidence to be able to move forward. All right, let's look at the third key to evaluating any investment opportunity. And that's to work with people that you trust. You know, this industry, it's kind of crazy out there. It's so vitally important to build deep, meaningful relationships. Learning how to positively influence others is a major key to my success, and it helps me identify the good deals from the duds that are out there. Now, my dad used to always tell me when I was growing up, Cody, you can't do a good deal with a bad person. And I think this advice is especially true in the real estate space. Now, I want you to write something down. Leverage equals power. Leverage equals power. And in real estate, if you want to become both powerful and financially independent in terms of influence and everything else, then you're going to want to get in the habit of leveraging everything from money to resources to the relationships of your relationships, the relationships of your power team members. Make it a priority to surround yourself with like-minded, positive role models. And if you don't think that somebody that you're dealing with is trustworthy, get out of the deal and the relationship immediately. There is no room for any unethical people or any unscrupulous activities in this business. Trust me, run away from them as fast as you can. Now, on the flip side, if you're working with a proven winner, somebody that has a great reputation and walks the talk, then you can move forward with them with confidence. All right. My fourth key to evaluating any investment opportunity is to understand that timing will never be perfect. This to me is the number one thing that stops good people from making moves and getting in the game. Now, we've all experienced the feelings of regret after missing out on a good opportunity because we hesitated or procrastinated or we were cynical because of a bad past experience. In real estate, you have to move quickly if you want to get the best deals that are out there. Now, I learned this lesson the hard way after I missed out on a really big deal with a big profit potential, and I was really beating myself up afterwards, and I was talking to my mentor. His name was Lyle, and he said, Cody, you just need to stop over planning. I know you're analytical. I'm a very analytical person. He said, think about it like this. Waiting for the perfect opportunity to come by and over planning for it is like waiting to go on a cross-country road trip and waiting for every single light in the entire country to turn green before you get started. It's never going to happen. And you know what? He was right. As soon as I got out of my own way, things really started to take off for me. And the truth is, there's always going to be something that's not perfect. Remember that perfection is the enemy of progress. And I don't want to see you miss out on something that could change the rest of your life. Now, with that said, my last key to evaluating any investment opportunity is to try your hardest to keep emotions out of it. Now, I've seen many new investors get into a bad spot because of emotions. Maybe they over-rehabbed a property. Maybe they convinced themselves that the market was better than it actually was because they were so desperate to get their very first deal. Whatever you do, avoid making knee-jerk decisions based on excitement or emotions. Now, with that said, it's just as important, listen to me, it's just as important to not let fear stop you from doing something that makes sense. If your gut says to go ahead and do it, and you follow my other keys to analyzing the opportunity and everything checks itself out, then I say go for it. Be bold. Push yourself outside your comfort zone. Listen, being average, it's easy. Playing it safe, it's easy. But if you want to become financially free and create a legacy for you and your family, then you have to play to win in all areas of your life. And while this is a very high-level list, from the surface, I would highly recommend that you go through each one of these items for every investment opportunity that comes your way.